Hey everybody, this is Topher in marketing here at Riverside Counseling. I'm with Raychelle today, Raychelle Santos. Hi, Raychelle.
Hi, how are you?
Jumping right in. What brought you into the mental health field? If you could kind of just maybe where you're from and what guided you to want to help people in this way.
Yeah, that is going to be a loaded question. It is so long. I am originally from Palm Springs, so Southern California, and I went to school in Washington State, so Gonzaga University, to play golf. So that was kind of like my first everything was I thought I was going to become a professional golfer. Like that was the dream. So I went to Gonzaga University. I played all 4 years on the women's golf team there. And it wasn't until my junior year where I started struggling with performance anxiety. It kind of came out of nowhere. And this was my first inkling into mental health. I was like, what's going on? I don't know what to do. I was having a really hard time on the golf course. So it was up to me to figure out how do I even get back on the golf course? I have to play. So that's kind of where I saw my first therapist. My senior year there, I still was really struggling with my performance. And I said, if I can't help with my golf scores, I'm going to try to help a different way. And so I felt like I was kind of like a support system for the other girls there. And that's kind of where I found my place. If I couldn't help with my golf scores, I was going to help support my teammates in a way that I hadn't before. I really liked that feeling. So, after I graduated Gonzaga, I went to Northern Ireland. So I had this really cool opportunity that came out of the blue, and I say it was really God's will. Like I'm serious. This is a crazy story. So I went to Northern Ireland with this program called Sport Changes Life. So this was the first time that they brought golfers to the program. So I was one of the first golfers that they brought to the program, and it was all basketball D1 athletes. So they all just graduated college, like myself, and now we were going on to our next step. So on this program or with this program, the goal is to help the people in the community, the kids in the community through sport. So they partnered with the Rory Foundation, so Rory McIlroy for all those golf folks out there. And what we did was we played golf and we played basketball with the kids out there, teaching them the sport at school. And then also we got to get our masters with the university out there. So I got my first master's in sport and exercise psychology. And I helped kids in the community and I really, really enjoyed it. I said, I need more of this. How do I continue helping people? And during this time, I also was able to fall in love with golf again in a different aspect that wasn't so serious like D1 sport. So I went there, I got my master's in sport and exercise psychology. And then after that, I said, what's next? I could either try to get my doctorate and go into clinical psychology and actually do sport psychology work, or I can just try to figure it out. So I went on the figure it out route because I didn't want to go to school again as I just had finished my master's. And then I went to DC, Washington, DC. Didn't know anybody. I knew one person, and I got an unpaid internship with Georgetown University Athletics, where I worked with student athletes there. And I really, really enjoyed it being a student athlete. So did that, and I kind of went into the corporate world. And during COVID, I was working at Yelp at the time, and I got my second master's in industrial organizational psychology. I said, you know what, if I'm going to be in the corporate world, I'm going to figure out how to help organizations motivate their employees, structure how, we get the best employee out of this organization. So then I got into HR, which was a really natural fit for me. And so I've been in HR, and I said, you know what? I want to go back to that big dream I had of mine of being a therapist. So I decided to get my third master's, and hopefully that'd be the end all be all. And here I am today. So long story short, that's how I got here. But it's important to say all those things because it just paints a full picture of me.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Kind of jealous of the abroad part there. That's pretty sweet. The the um, Riverside community. I mean, we have people kind of that are specialized in different areas and certain demographics. I think you are pretty broad with the demographics that you serve. You know, the age ranges and male female couples like that. But could you touch on that? Is you know, when people are looking for a provider, you know, who do you serve exactly?
Yeah. So right now I would say my focus is couples, families, also young adults, and those that maybe are in sport, no matter what age.
I would think that the kind of burnout issues and the overworked issues and the performance anxiety definitely, you know, is in sport and then also in the workplace. I would think, yeah, I guess I wouldn't call it like career counseling, or would you? Like, you know, I'm trying to think about, you know, we do see quite a few people come in and where am I going? You know, what am I supposed
Hmm.
to be doing? It's such a, you know, do or get out type, you know, situation out here. And so, those people probably right up your alley too, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I I don't know if I would say career counseling per se, but definitely maybe transitions, right?
Okay.
Life transitions, like what's next for me? Should I stay here? Should I go? And I
Right.
can definitely help anyone navigate what that next step might be. And I think it goes back to values, right? Is this job aligning with your values and what you want? And maybe we have to get back to that.
That's cool. That's cool.
Mhm.
So when you talk about couples and things, I guess that's marriage counseling, some of that. I mean, it's not always, but I would assume
Mhm.
marriage counseling's up your alley too. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I would say yeah, marriage counseling, and or even if you're not married, right? Maybe you're just dating, it's a long-term relationship. And you want to figure out again, what's the next step for our relationship? So really anywhere from like the first stage to maybe you've been together for so long. I've seen couples who were together for 40 plus years and now we're deciding, do we stay together or do we break up? And that's really, really hard. So anywhere on the spectrum.
Outside of the office, you know, what makes you tick? What are you into? What kind of, I mean, I guess golf, yeah.
People always say you must play golf all the time. And I say, no, not really. Not anymore. Um, I don't know. It's different, right? Like if anyone that's played a sport like really competitively and now you're on to your next stage of life, do you still play that sport? Well, sometimes when people ask me, I'm definitely down to play golf whenever somebody invites me to play golf. But what ticks me? What gets me going? Honestly, I'm trying to figure that out. I've been really, really busy. And as you said in Northern Virginia, right, it's a really like dog eat dog world out here. So I'm trying to figure out who am I outside of work, because this is something I've been passionate for so long. But I love like health and wellness just in general. Like one of my favorite podcasters is Huberman Lab. I love like anything like how can I like hack my body, right? Biohacking, any of that. How can I make sure that I'm the best of the best? Um, but I don't know, maybe I'll get into crocheting or something.
That's good too.
Need to
Biohacking
relax.
and crocheting. I think that's good.
Yeah.
That's really great, and I think optimization is everybody's word, you know, lately, and you know, with the technology updates and obviously the focus on you know, health supplements and things like that, and how to get the best out of your body is a big deal. Any thinkers or books or I guess you mentioned one, but people you like, you know, kind of systems you like, stuff like that. Anything pop out like that?
Oh, okay. Well, as you say that, right? My theme for this year, like my phrase I've been saying is do less. Like that's me. So I'm like, maybe I don't need all of these things. Like I have like a sauna blanket, right? Like because sauna is so important, like heat exposure. So I'm like, I am doing too much, right? So maybe do less. Vitamin D, okay? Vitamin D is so important to our health, and everybody is probably deficient in it, even if we think we get so much sun, but it can do so much for your mind. So that and magnesium are the only two things that I would say are like my go-to things that I'm being consistent with that I've seen improvements on. But books, I was gonna like the first book that comes to mind is Not Nice.
Okay.
So okay, so think about like just like your mental capacity and your space that you're in, right? Like that plays a huge part into your overall wellness and you getting something done, or you just, I don't know, just yeah, vibing, right? Not Nice is all about keeping those boundaries. Like we're all told about you have to be nice, but what does that mean? This book is definitely for those people who don't have good boundaries, who maybe are people pleasers. A lot of us are people pleasers who can't say no. And it will definitely make you rethink a lot of things of how you were told you should act around others, with yourself, and just social situations. So that's something probably I would recommend is Not Nice first.
That's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important for, kind of that segment of folks that are trying to get somewhere or figure out what their next step is. There's a lot of yes out there available.
Yeah.
And, no is a powerful tool and one that a lot of people don't like to hear. So that Not Nice philosophy is probably good to visit. Well, so I guess what's your work style? I mean, what's your work life like here? People can book appointments in person and do virtual too, or?
Yeah, definitely. I'm open to seeing clients in person or virtually, um, whatever you need, honestly. And my schedule's pretty open. I have evening availabilities because I know that a lot of people, you don't have time during the day to see a counselor or see a therapist. So I definitely want to make sure that, we're available to you. So I do have evening availabilities.
Well, it was really good to meet you. This is the first time that we've met, and I'm glad you're here. I know that a lot of people will be glad you're here. I guess any parting remarks for those watching in the area?
Yeah, if I would have to say one thing, I would say think about yourself this week. What's one thing that you could do for yourself, not for anybody else, but yourself? And that might mean reaching out to somebody to talk to, right? It could be a family member, it could be a friend, or it can even be a counselor. But think about yourself this week. What's one thing you can do?
That's good. That's good. And I think that's on theme, right? You don't have to be nice and say yes to every little thing. Let's carve out some time for us this week, and get better. That's the theme. I appreciate the time, and it was really fun getting to know kind of your background and what you're passionate about. And we'll see you around the office.
Great, thanks.